Okay, what's gonna happen when I take myself out with my recoil damage on Rampardos? What's up guys, Killer here. Today I'm gonna bring you a Rampardos deck with Chatot. Okay, let's take a look at what Chatot does. So with Mimic, we shuffle our hand into our deck and draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. Which means if they have 6 cards in hand, we draw 6, even if we only have 1 card or even 0 cards in the deck. Which makes it so good. But now, let's take a look at Rampardos, the main star of this deck. So with just 1 energy, it head smashes for 130 damage. And if, and only if, it scores a KO, you take 50 recoil damage yourself. But before we get into it, don't forget to suffer and stay tuned for more awesome content just like this, and slap the button so hard just like your parents used to slap you when you were a naughty kid. So now, how do we make Rampardos work? Because it's a fossil Pokemon, and it's also a stage 2. It's so inconsistent if you really think about it, right? That is why this deck is a little bit different from your usual decks. We only have 3 basic Pokemon in here. 1 Riolu, and 2 Chatots. Okay, the main rationale behind this is we want to draw Chatot as early as possible to start going for Mimics. And if we have too many of these Riolus, we actually clog up the bench and we're not able to play as many cards as we can. So what we have to do here is to thin out our hand. So when Chatot uses Mimic, you draw a ton of cards. So if they have 4 cards, you have 3, then you are only essentially gaining a +1 advantage. But what if we can empty our hand? Then it's a +4 advantage. That is actually 2 professors' research. So I almost called it Professor Oak again. But anyways, when you look at the games, you guys will understand the power of Chatot. And you have not seen it at all, try it out. It's gonna surprise you. So again, we only have 3 basic Pokemon in the deck, which means we are very likely to start with our Chatot. Ideally, you want to go second with this deck, so on your own first turn, you can just play everything and go for Mimic. There are 2 Pokeballs here, so it doesn't even matter. If you don't draw a Pokemon, it's still alright, because you empty your hand, so you're drawing a lot anyways. So let's take a quick look at the deck composition. We have 1 Riolu, and, well, 2 Chatots as basic Pokemon. But then we have the Skull Fossil. Okay, you really want this as early as possible. Because with Rampardos, you can attack with just 1 energy. That's why on, say, your 3rd turn, you want to start attacking with your Rampardos. So if you don't have Skull Fossil, you're delaying yourself for 1 turn, which actually might hurt sometimes. So, for the evolution, you can evolve into Cranidos, and sometimes you don't even have to evolve into Rampardos. You're gonna see that in one of the matches. But then Rampardos, as mentioned, it hits like a truck. It just destroys Magnezones. Like, there's nothing they can do about it. And then we have the 2 Lucarios because we want to draw into them, even though we only got 1 Riolu. After we place down the Riolu, we want to draw that Lucario as soon as possible. But then, remember, we only have 1 Riolu, so we can have 1 Lucario maximum, which is why we can use Pokemon Communication to shuffle our extra Lucario into the deck and try to get what we want. Usually a Cranidos or a Rampardos. And then we have the Giant Cape here. We really need to use Giant Cape to stay out of range. If you just survive for 1 more turn, Rampardos hits for at least 130, and with the Lucario buff, 150, which pretty much one-shots a ton of those GX Pokemons out there. I mean EX, did I say GX? Played too much Pokemon real TCG. And then we have Rocky Helmets. Okay, sometimes we just need the 20 more damage to KO some EX Pokemon, right? And this does the trick. You put it onto your Chatot, it tanks a little bit, goes for at least 2 Mimics, and then your Rampardos comes out and clean house. Of course, the 2 researchers, a Cyrus, just in case they try to hide something that has been hurt, and 1 Sabrina. So, if they only got low health basic Pokemon and you just need that 1 more point to win, Sabrina and win. Easy. So, let's conclude really quick here. Rampardos hits like a truck with just 1 energy, which makes it so great in the meta right now. Especially because the best card in the meta now is clearly Magnezone. So this one-shots Magnezones for breakfast, lunch, tea, and dinner. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, don't forget to slap the button and sub to the channel for free. Now let's jump into some games and see how great Rampardos is paired with 2 Chatots. Okay, looks like we're up against Darkrai and Weavile. And as we speak, the Darkrai dropped. That is a little annoying, but I guess we got the Skull Fossil and we're going second. So this is pretty much the best hand you can get, right? Unless you get another Skull Fossil and a Riolu. Yeah, so this is actually an amazing start. Look at this Chatot value. They have 5 cards in hand. We are essentially gaining a +3 card advantage. Imagine if they did not have the Darkrai. We are getting 1 more card that way. Well, this is actually really good. Because with that draw, we already got our Rampardos and Granados line. So we don't have to worry about too much. I mean, if we can thin out the hand, then maybe we can go for another Mimic. But let's see what the professor's research draws us. Okay, that was actually an amazing combo, if you didn't see that. They went for the energy onto Darkrai, deals 20 damage to our active Pokemon, and then Dawn. Wow, that is actually an amazing combo. I almost forgot how strong this deck could be. As an aggro deck, that is. But now that we have to send in the Granados as soon as this, I'm not sure if we can win. If they have another Dawn, we are almost toast. Because you don't want to take big damage onto your Rampardos. Yeah, the thing is, it has decent HP, but you deal 50 to yourself if you get a KO. So remember that. And just like at the start of the video, if you kill yourself off by your recall damage, you don't win the game. You both reach 3 points at the same time, so you get a tie instead. I mean, if you have a choice, you want to win instead of tying the game, right? So now, I couldn't even go for the second Mimic. That was such a great play on their part. But it doesn't matter, because we have the full line. Let's just see how much damage they can do to us. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. And it's not pretty. So in that turn alone, they dealt 90 damage to us. Which makes this cape so valuable. See? It kept us alive. So this is the first time our lives are saved because of the cape. And now let's see what's gonna happen. We evolve into Rampardos, we got our Lucario, so we can one-shot that Darkrai. Sadly, we are very low on HP. So what do we do here? Let's see what the research gives us. Okay, Lucario is a dead card. Chatot's pretty much a dead card. What we want is the Skull Fossil, which did not come. So we have to attach to the Lucario. But now that we go for the head smash, we kill them off. It's great because we can actually survive the Darkrai ability. I mean, if they have another Dawn, then we're toast. But let's see. Do they have the Weavile? If they have Weavile, we're dead. And of course, even if they didn't, they can just attach to Sneasel and try to get 2 heads. Yeah, it's just so important to take out the Rampardos this turn. Let's see if they can do it. And as you can see, the keep is doing wonders. Because we survive a Darkrai ability. It would have been such a great game for them if we did not get the cape. But we did, so I think that is kind of the game-winning... Okay. The game-winning tool. So, what do we do here? We still don't have the second Skull Fossil. But it's alright, because Rampardos already wins us the game. Look at this. I don't think they have checked the damage. They thought, oh, we deal 130. But with the Lucario buff, it's 150. And we just end the game right there. There's nothing they can do about it. This death doesn't matter, because Rampardos only gives 1 point upon death. So there we go, guys. This is how we slap Darkrai and Weavile players. They got an amazing start, to be honest. But still, we got the kills afterwards and made a good comeback. And that's all because of how many cards Chatot draws and how hard the Rampardos hits. So if you guys have enjoyed this, don't forget to slap the button so hard and sub to the channel for free for more awesome content just like this. Now, let's check out some of the other videos and the other games. So if you have enjoyed this deck, don't forget to slap button so hard just like your parents used to slap you when you were a naughty kid, and sub the channel for free for more awesome Pokemon Pocket content. Now peace out.